There was a young man who had the goal of becoming an Olympic weightlifter. So he trained really hard for many years to make his dream come true. One day, while attending an event in Russia, he met someone who was an Olympic weightlifter. The two started talking about weightlifting, and the famous businessman shared his story about how he had to stop weightlifting because of an injury. "It was my dream since I was a little boy to become an Olympic weightlifter. But the injury shattered my dreams. I spent every waking moment of my life for 8 years training to achieve my goal. Either you can feel sorry for yourself and let your life slip away, or you can use this experience to make your life even better." He realized that he was focusing too much on the negative and not thinking about the positive side of things. He thanked the weightlifter for his kind words and decided to change his mindset. What's the biggest risk you've ever taken in your life? Please share your story in the comments below because everyone needs to hear your story. From that day on, he started to appreciate what he had and focus on making the most of it. Because look at where you are now. You're a successful businessman. If you were still a weightlifter, you would probably still be living paycheck to paycheck. But now you have options. You can start a family, buy whatever you want. You can do so much more with what you have right now. Don't waste it. And the moment I got injured, it felt like everything was pointless. But one day I went to see a doctor, and the doctor told me something that changed my perspective. He said, "Look, I understand that you're feeling this way now, but you have two choices. Either you can feel sorry for yourself and let your life slip away, or you can use this experience to help others and make their lives better. It's all about how you choose to react to this situation." Those words really inspired me. So I decided to become a weightlifting coach and teach kids who are interested in weightlifting. The weightlifter stayed quiet for a moment. He thought for a second and then he said, "Actually, I know what you're going through. I experienced something similar. Do you remember me telling you that I'm an Olympic weightlifter?" The businessman replied, "No, I'm sorry. I was so caught up in my own story that I didn't even ask you about yours." The weightlifter said, "Well, I competed in the Olympics 3 times and I won a silver medal in one of them. But after the 3rd Olympics, I got injured and I couldn't compete anymore. So I became a coach instead." The businessman nodded his head in understanding. Then the weightlifter continued, "But unfortunately, he got injured right before the Olympics and he wasn't able to compete. I worked so hard for so many years to make my Olympic dream come true, but it just slipped away from me. And that's why I throw myself into my work even harder." The weightlifter said, "I understand. But sometimes it's good to take a step back and look at the big picture. Your life doesn't have to be all about the Olympics. There is more to life than just that." Devastated by the injury, he threw himself into his work, eventually becoming a successful businessman. Fast forward to 10 years later, he's now a famous businessman who's achieved great success in his career. The weightlifter asked him, "Do you regret it?" The businessman replied, "Of course I do." But the businessman insisted, "No, you don't understand. My life was supposed to be about the Olympics. You know, when I was injured, I felt like my life had no meaning." The weightlifter looked at the businessman and said, "Look, I know what you're going through. You have two choices." The businessman was deeply moved by the weightlifter's words. "Now, I'll ask you a question. Would you rather aim small and succeed or aim big and possibly fail?" Let me know in the comments below. If you're still with me, I have another question for you. And finally, I want to leave you with another motivational story that will inspire you to take action and make your dreams come true. Click here to keep watching.